Hello there and welcome to the broadcast. My name is Stanley Nyaringita with the latest details right here on News Now. Taifa Group has allayed fears of possible shutdown of bureaus at the Nation Media Group as well as staff layoffs. Speaking during the acquisition of the entire shareholding previously held by the Aga Khan Fund for Economic Development in NPRT Holding Africa Limited, the owner and founder Rostam Azizi said the group intends to expand its operations. Azizi also denied claims that a senior government official was behind the sale, noting that discussions for the acquisition began in 2006 with His Highness Aga Khan. The deal gives Azizi a majority of the ownership of the media company through the acquisition of 92,618 177 ordinary shares. NMG shares will, however, continue trading on the Nairobi Securities Exchange and other cross-listed platforms.
A business of ours. We have invested because we've seen an opportunity. And let me say this. When I invited His Highness in 2003 to come and invest in Tanzania with me through NMG, and he took up the majority shareholding. When I was selling the rest of the shares in 2006, I did say one thing to him. I said, anytime you want to exit media in East Africa, please consider me as an interested party. And he said to me, I shall bear that in mind. So I think that that tells you that this intention to get involved in the media in Kenya dates back many, many, many years ago. Just like we even looked at the Standard in, I can't remember now, but almost 15 years ago, to try and see if we could buy. And I spoke to the old man, and we had several meetings, but we didn't get far. The discussions broke down.
Meanwhile, the Environment Cabinet Secretary Deborah Baraza has clarified that the government is not planning to fell any indigenous trees in Karura Forest following public outcry. Speaking in Nairobi Wednesday morning, the CS said the government is embarking on a tree nursery rehabilitation program to plant 2 million tree seedlings. According to the CS, the land to be used covers 3 acres and forms part of the Tree Biotechnology Program Trust Nursery that has been in existence for more than 30 years.
Rehabilitating and renovating this Karura nursery that has been there for more than 30 years, started by the Tree Biotechnology Program Trust. We are not clearing any trees, we are not falling any trees, but we are having a renovation and rehabilitation of a tree nursery that has been there for more than 30 years. And these 3 acres will be used to propagate 2 million seedlings. This will be done in 2 cycles or 2 phases in a year. So half a year, then the other half of the year. So we believe that we can achieve the 2 million. And again, I repeat, it is in 2 cycles. This is the first cycle and the next cycle. And I believe that we can achieve propagation of 2 million seedlings in Karura Forest.
To politics, the Linda Mwananchi faction has rubbished Tuesday's 10-point agenda implementation status report unveiled by the Agnes Zani-led Oversight Committee, describing it as a fraud and a betrayal of the legacy of the late ODM party leader Raila Odinga. The group's leaders who are launching their own version of the Linda Mwananchi report said the government is yet to implement the 10-point agenda agreement, accusing President William Ruto and the committee of misleading Kenyans on the implementation status.
I want to clarify, make it very clear that I am the supervisor that the president was talking about yesterday of this, the implementation of the MOU. I wrote it. I know it by hand. He didn't read it because I'm the one who took it to him. He didn't read it. So I am the one who will supervise the implementation of that MOU. And I was made supervisor by my boss, Raila Amolo Odinga. If you want him to fire me as a supervisor, you talk to him. He's in Bondo.
This document that was released yesterday is a fraud. This document is a fraud. And it is a shame.
One of the resolutions of this gathering should be that Senator Zani-led committee should be surcharged for spending public money and doing nothing.
Let's take you to Kisumu County, where security concerns have intensified after a report raid on Fairways Hotel in the Mamboleo area of Kisumu East constituency. The hotel's owner, Irungu Nyakera, said a gang stormed the premises at around 5 a.m., vandalizing property, including a vehicle, and accused of police of responding sluggishly, despite his immediate report. Nyakera further alleged that the attack may be linked to PS Raymond Omolo, the Principal Secretary for Internal Security, who is now urging authorities to launch a thorough investigation to ensure that those who are responsible face the full force of the law.
Had noises coming from downstairs, and when I came down, I found that the place had been completely vandalized. I saw all the tables turned upside down in the restaurant. I saw the bar had all the drinks, alcoholic drinks had been taken, and all the bottles were on the floor. The reception area, the TV was not there. The computers had been taken away from the business area. The printers and everything that is used as a tool of trade at the front office of the building. From there, I heard noises towards the gate, and that's when I rushed to the gate, and I saw a lot of people on motorbikes rushing out. And when I approached the security area, I heard noises from the room behind the security area, and when I went there, I found one of the security guards had been tied up and hidden in one of those rooms. I talked to them, we untied her, took pictures, untied her, and she told us that the two goons, two criminals, had come in through the LBDA side from the mall, which has police guards, but they were able to access the mall. They entered the premises, they jumped the fence from the mall into our premises. They took the keys from the security and opened the gates. And with that, they let in all the other goons, about 100 plus.
Meanwhile, a Nairobi court has granted a prayer by the Kenya Wildlife Service to detain a Chinese national for 5 days, pending investigations and forensic analysis, after he was caught attempting to smuggle thousands of live ants out of Kenya for sale in exotic pet markets in China. KWS said authorities intercepted live queen ants, including the sought-after Mesorcephalotes species, also known as the giant African harvester ant, concealed in modified test tubes and syringes. The suspect will be held at Langata police station pending investigations.
So as to pave way for we are seeking to have the respondent hearing before court held for a further period of 5 days at the Langata police station, so as to pave way for investigations or further investigations. And we're also seeking a second order to have the electronic devices as described in paragraph 2 of the notice of motion be forensically examined. That is the phone and the laptop.
Therefore, I grant prayers 1 and 2. The respondent will be detained at Manhattan Police Station for 5 days. Stay for 5 days. 5 days and then you come back. And for the forensic exploitation of the iPhone and the map.
And former Nairobi Governor Mike Sonko has donated 27 coffins and provided transport logistics through his rescue team to support families who lost their loved ones during the devastating city floods. Speaking at his Upper Hill office, the National Economic Development Party leader said he has personally contacted 26 families to pledge financial assistance and funeral support. Sonko also challenged fellow politicians to stop politicizing the ongoing national disaster and instead focus on providing humanitarian aid to those displaced and affected by the heavy rains causing destruction across Kenya.
Hello. Habari yako? Mimi naitwa Sonko
Yes.
Naitwa Sonko.
Sonko?
Sonko, former governor wa Nairobi, former governor. Naongea na Patrick.
Yes,
Yes, I'm
the one.
Pole sana, wewe ndio umepoteza Rose Akamran.
Yes, I'm the one.
Pole sana, mimi napiga kuwapatia pole.
Yes.
Na nimeona kwa TV ile shida mmepata.
Yes, sir.
Na nimesema nitawasaidia.
Nashukuru sana mkubwa.
Mnazika lini?
Tarehe 21 tunamtoa tarehe 19.
Nitawasaidia, nitawalipia mochari, nitawalipia sanduku na nitawapatia gari ya kuwapeleka mpaka nyumbani.
Nashukuru sana mkubwa.
Mnazika wapi?
Bungoma County, Bumula constituency.
And Environment Cabinet Secretary Deborah Baraza has unveiled the Kenya Online Continuous Emission Monitoring System, COSEMS. The system is a digital infrastructure designed to monitor, report and manage environmental emissions from industrial facilities in real time. The National Environmental Management Authority, that is NEMA, says it is targeting industries for the rollout and expects to start receiving this real-time data within 3 months.
Quality monitoring is important, and that is how we can identify air pollution. So it is important that monitoring be conducted in all these industries. That way we can have real-time data, we can have tangible data and evidence, and then we can act on those who are polluting the environment.
The challenges we have been getting is getting the real-time data to determine or to have a case, because if we have to move to court, then we have to have evidence to show that this facility violated certain standards. And what this system, this digital system, is going to help us is, first of all, not even to go to the drastic enforcement actions, but get to inform the industries or the facilities concerned that they are operating beyond the limits. And we will want them to improve. If they don't improve, because we have this data, we can retrieve it, we can archive it, then we shall now escalate the enforcement actions that the authority can take.
We start off with matters sports news. The WRC Safari Rally Kenya 2026 is set to take place from the 12th of March, Thursday, all the way to the 15th of March on Sunday, marking the 5th and final year under the current contract since the rally returned to the championship in 2021. Our sports reporter Alan Zuki is on standby to give us the details from Naivasha, Nakuru County. Alan, what is the latest?
The stage is set ahead of tomorrow's Safari Rally Showdown right here in Kenya. Of course, might be the final edition, but the Principal Secretary of Sports, Elijah Mwangi, has just confirmed to us that negotiations are well underway to ensure that the WRC Safari Rally remains right here in Kenya. Right here as we speak, we are in, of course, we call it the service center, and already you can see behind me, the cars are already passing by, of course, this is the service center whereby the cars are undergoing the servicing as we prepare for tomorrow's showdown. Right behind me, we have the Rally 2 service center whereby most of our Kenyan drivers such as Nikhil, Sakanya, Karan Patel are parking their cars over here. Of course, the Tinashiga team duo between her and our mother. This is the place to be. This is where all the magic is happening. If you look behind me, you can see the excitement. You can see the rain is pouring down, yes, but you are pretty much very, very prepared for it. And we continue to prepare ourselves. Also, the Principal Secretary has further assured us of much, much more security ahead of the showdown. So on the other hand, behind, right, if my camera can just show you, on the other hand, we have the Rally 1 cars such as Ford, Toyota, Hyundai. That is where they're all situated. So the service center has been split into two different zones for the Rally 1 cars and also for the Rally 2 cars. The Rally 2 cars includes most of Kenya's vehicles, including Karan Patel and Nikhil Sakanya. So thereby, we are all set and ready to go. And also, it is very, very, very important to note that prices in Naivasha have already skyrocketed. B&Bs, hotel, lodges, all of them are already sky high. So if you're planning to make your way to here, please make sure whatever your budget is, double it. Because one thing is for sure, it is about to go down. Nyaringita, back to you in studio and see you on Friday, right here in Naivasha.
Thank you very much. You definitely get that kind of energy in Naivasha in this particular time of the year. Thank you very much, Alan Zuki, and TV47. Radio 47 will definitely be on ground with you to make sure we're giving you blow-by-blow details of the WRC. My name is Stanley Nyaringita. Goodbye for now.